bro. Yeah, that's how you look.
But what's good, everybody? All right, we're tuned in, episode 3. So, Kate's Project Podcast. We got 2 special guests today. We got Trenton Hull, the man, the myth, and then we got James Henderson, another man, the myth. So, uh, let's get into the first question I got is for you two in particular, like being college, athletes, especially at the cross country level, it's never easy, and especially for a guy like you, Trenton. I would say, 80 to 100 miles a week. Like I truly don't like, I mean, when it comes to the normal person, 80 to 100 miles in 1 week of running, let alone walking. Like most people don't even get near that when it comes to, walking at work or going to the grocery. But like, take me into your mind when it comes to, hey man, I'm just gonna, go on a slight 16-mile run today, or hey man, let's go on a 12-mile run, and it's natural. Take me into that.
Um, I think a lot for me, uh, when it comes to running, the volume that I do, purely comes out of just like I guess motivation, like for me, and also just like I guess the drive to be better. Um, I just think like what I've always told myself going into like every season is that I want to be better than I have been in the past. And this might be a little bit of a selfish thing that I also think about, but I always try to strive to be like, okay, I don't want the freshman to beat me. I want to be better than the freshman. It's kind of a little selfish to think about, but I think it mentally, it's just like a little like driving force for me personally. And then just like, I don't know, when it comes to like in season, I want, obviously I want to do the best I can. So for me, that may be, doing more mileage than the second guy on the team or, whatever. But for me, like, I guess that's just what I do. That's my extrinsic motivation, is just to be better than my past self and better than the people that are coming in, I guess.
I mean, that's a really good answer. And I would say, like, if I didn't know you, I'd be like, dude, you're nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then with James, like, how do you feel, this summer in particular, like, prepared you for the rest of your career when it comes to cross country?
So this summer was pretty rough. I actually had the least miles on the team coming into the year. I was highly recruited out of high school, but so the summer was a little difficult, not knowing anyone, freshly new team, and the motivation. So at the end of my senior year, I had a lot going on, and I was about to just be done with running. I was going to transfer to just do online college and just work. And so after a long talk to some of the people on the team and Coach Simpson, I was like, I'll give it a shot coming off injury. So the summer was not the greatest. I struggled a lot when I first got here, but honestly, I know what I got to do now. It's definitely prepared me for the future off seasons and realize that where you win is in the off season. You can't do nothing in the off season and expect to come in here and be great. That's where championships are won. That's where greats are made, and you can't be great by sitting on your couch all summer. You have to go out there. You have to work. So in the future, that prepared me to be mentally ready. And when I put the work in the future, I'll be ready to come into the season a lot more in shape.
That's huge. And, especially with the entire group of freshmen that we have on campus this year, the sky is for sure the limit. What are some like things when it comes to running that, people see and they're like, or like common misconceptions, I guess, of, cross country runners, or anything like that when it comes to, putting in mileage or even getting out the door? Because I know sometimes, like, I'm nowhere near, the amount of volume that you guys run, but when I do, I'll stare at the shoes sometimes for like 30 minutes. Like, I don't even want to put these things on and go. But, you have to find, like, what's important to you, I would say, when it comes to the mental side of things. What are some like common things that you hear from people that are like, okay, like that's not true at all? Or when it comes to the cross country side?
So I think this is a very like in-depth question, because I do also struggle sometimes. I think that people always think that cross country runners are always just like, oh yeah, I want to go run. I want to go attack this today.
Mhm.
When there is days that you'll have where you're like, oh, I don't want to do this at all.
True.
And I think that kind of ties back into like what you want and what you want your team to be. So I think a lot of the times, like for me, it was like, okay, well, I know that if I don't put in the summer that I need to put in to be great for myself, I'm also hurting the team.
Right.
And kind of going to the second part of that question, like, what are some misconceptions, I guess, is that like, if you're looking at it from a broad perspective, I think that people always think that cross country runners are like going out and sprinting every day and like, putting in like the crazy, heart rate, intensity, and things like that. And one thing I always tell people like that are like beginning to run, especially like as I create plans for my major and for some of my family members that are getting into running, is that is like, I mean, you'll hear this by every coach, but like keep easy days easy. That's it's like a big thing, and I think a lot of people just don't understand that when it comes to like running, is that not every day is a full out like go put my life on the line,
Right, like 100 meter, like 4x100 or anything.
Yeah, or like, hey, how fast can I do this 3 miles today, and then how fast can I do it tomorrow, and like so on. So I think that's definitely something that people don't think about truthfully.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think they're too scared to even start it because they're so scared to hurt. And a lot of people just can be lazy. I think a lot of people who see runners, like Trent said, are just excited. They're like, they think that we're so excited to go out and run, but there's days that like you're like, wow, I don't want to do this. But honestly, you have to use it because you got to want to better yourself. That's how I see it. You got to want to better yourself every day. And sitting on the couch and doing nothing is never the way I wanted to do it. So I think a lot of people are just scared to hurt of running. But over time, it gets a lot better. And it gets easier at points. Obviously, the worst part is starting out. It's always when you're at the bottom.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. If you're new to running, the hardest part is always beginning. Once you get into like that first like month or two, and you start getting into your rhythm, like I think that's when it starts becoming easy, and the pain becomes easier. It never gets easy, but it gets easier because obviously the more you run, the harder you run in workouts, the longer you may run, and etc. So it's not always going to be easy, but it'll be easier. Like maybe you won't get cramps as much or whatever.
I think people will like it way more when they see progress.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, sometimes running takes a long time to see progress. But honestly, when you see that progress, when you see that PR, it feels amazing. So,
and I can definitely attest to that personally, just because of I just got into running probably not even half a year ago, and it took me from shin splints to my ankle swelling up all the time. It took me about 2 or 3 months to be able to run 5 miles without stopping, or without afterwards like, oh my gosh, my heart rate's at 178. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. So I definitely agree with everything you guys just said. I feel like that is some of the biggest parts is starting. And that goes with anything in life. I feel like if you have, the will and the drive, and the motivation to start, that's one thing, but you have to have the discipline to continue it, discipline over motivation always. Have you guys faced like any type of burnout in your career? I know Trenton, you're a senior, and then James, you're a freshman, but even I feel like burnout really doesn't have a time frame when it does come. Have you guys ever experienced any type of burnout, whether that be schooling, balancing the student life, student athlete life balance, or anything like that?
I definitely have. I'm in many different situations. I guess to kind of like look at like the running side of things. It actually in high school there was a point after cross and going into track where I kind of I got so burnt out. Like it was crazy how bad I was. It was a point where like I was still like talking to coaches about like running in college, but there was a point where I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this. Like I've put in some miles in my last few years. Like I'm, the progress is not showing. And like, I don't know, I was just kind of getting a little bit like burnt out, but like also just like demotivated. Mm-hmm. And, but I am glad that I did push through that. But looking at more of the academic side of things, my like sophomore year of college was probably like one of my most roughest points of my life. I was taking, like, for example, there was one semester that I took 4 classes back to back, and this was the order: stats, then chemistry, then genetics, and then an exercise science class, all within 4 hours.
That's the pain.
Yeah,
And
you got it, bro.
And I was still running every day.
No way.
I was in relationships. I was still trying to hang out with friends and like trying to do everything. And there was a point where I was like, dude, like I am struggling right now.
Yeah.
But I think looking back at that now, it definitely did make me a stronger person, because that time period taught me, this might sound a little cringy, but like it taught me like how to manage my time a little bit better, and taught me skills in like in just studying and things like that I've used even to this day. And I have arguably one of the easier semesters of my college career this semester. And
Yeah, it's from all the hard work that you put in the beginning. I feel like sophomore year is definitely, for most people, one of the hardest, just because, you're trying to not only figure out what you're going to do, oh my gosh, I got 2 years left after this year. And the pressure that you feel is like a 19-year-old kid, like, hey, you have to have your whole entire life figured out this year. You know what I mean? Because like if you come in undecided at most universities, like they give you the freshman year leeway where it's like, okay, take a variety of classes, see what, your niche is, see where you fit in. And then sophomore year is like, hey, like you got to pick a degree, or
you got to choose
what are we here for? You're
Yeah.
going to be behind. You're going to have to go 5-6 years of college. But yeah, I definitely agree. Sophomore year was tough for me as well, I would say, especially with transferring, because I went to a school to play football my freshman year, and then I got hurt, had to transfer to a whole entire new university, and I switched my major. Actually, I was actually going for business, switched over to the sports management side of things. If I didn't do that, I feel like my life would be a lot different right now. And I'm so blessed to, be where I am. But James, have you felt any type of burnout as a freshman, coming in, you have to learn all new faces, everything?
My burnout was definitely my senior year of high school. So I struggled with I would say sports wise, my burnout was definitely my senior year of high school. I put in the work my senior year, winter after cross. I came off ankle injury, COVID, the flu. So I was out. I missed about 7 meets my senior year of high school in cross, and I was ranked. I was the number 1 runner in our conference. Dropped all the way to 9th. Barely even made all conference. So I told myself, I'm ready for a start. I'm ready to prove myself again. And track got around, and the work, it was paying off. I was pretty good in high school, and by the end, all my coach cared about was just the conference meet, the district meet, and the pressure. So our conference was very close, and obviously the distance side of things, we had some good competition. So, but a lot of our team, I could either go out there and score 40 points, go 4 for 4, or I could only score 10. It was a lot. So I had a lot of pressure on me, and I was working hard every day. I was the first one in, last one out. Ran by myself all winter. Had no teammates to run with me. And we won the 4x at the conference meet. And I told my coach, I'm like, my ankle, it's hurting again. Like, if you want me to run Friday at the finals in the mile and the 8, I can't run this 3,200. He cussed me out in front of everyone and told me, he said, you're going to run it. And he's like, you're the number 1 seed. You can go out and do it. He goes, stop being a baby. I went out there, didn't even get a point. Almost DNF'd. Ran my worst time of the year. Front of my whole family. He cussed me out, saying I was disappointment, saying I should never run again in front of my whole family, in front of the whole school. And right there, I went to the locker room. I'm not even gonna lie. First time I dropped some tears over a sport. I dropped some tears. I sat there and I told myself, I was like, I'm done with running. I was like, so I stopped for the year. I came back district meet, went 203 in the 800 off one ankle. I then just ended my season right there. And I was like, I'm done with running. I was like, I'm burnt out. I don't even want to go to college anymore because of this. But like I said earlier, I got a lot better. Once taking some time off definitely helped me again, how much running impacts my life and how much it makes me better mentally. Makes me a lot happier and the people to be around, because in high school with running, I never was around people who wanted to run. People only ran because they were good at it in high school.
It's true.
In my high school team, man, we had some crazy people on that team that would just do stupid things, and they would just go out there and run. And so being around the people here has definitely helped. And I don't feel burnout anymore from running. I actually do enjoy, and I feel like I'm around people who have the same interests, same goals as me. And it helps a lot being around people like that. Academically, I struggled my junior year of high school. I went through a really bad breakup with my first ever girlfriend. I dated her for about a year and a half and got cheated on, and it affected me pretty bad. I missed 50 days of school my junior year.
Jeez.
Was barely in school. Almost had to go to court for it. Had to have meetings with the city about it.
Shoot.
And I was almost not passing classes, and I was just super depressed. And I looked myself one day. I just looked in the mirror, and I was like, "It's not who I want to be anymore." And I need to turn my life around. So that was a burnout for me, but I think I've changed my ways. I go to class now, and it's definitely helped. I don't feel burnout anymore, and I enjoy being here.
That was very, both you guys' answers right there was very deep. And I feel like a lot of people, when they hear things like that, they realize, oh, I'm not the only person going through that. Or, hey, this person has literally been drugged through the mud and the water, and look how they've still, became the person that they are today. And I feel like there's a lot of power in that. When it comes to the little things in life, I feel like it's very overlooked, to be able to wake up and realize that, each and every single one of us are blessed to be in the situation we're in. We have a bed to sleep in, food to eat, beautiful university. I mean, Heidelberg is definitely one of the most, prestigious, not only prestigious, but beautiful campus. This is my third school that I've coached at so far, in my journey, and hopefully I can stay here a little bit longer than just a year. But what would you guys say, to switch it up? Let's get off a little bit of the deep, deep side of things. When it comes to the dorms on campus, Trenton, I know you're a senior, so you probably have some crazy stories. And James, half a year, I've already heard some crazy things come out of the dorms here so far. What is some of the craziest stories that you guys have either seen, been through, or you hear out in the hallway during night or whatever, the weekend?
So for me, there's a lot I can't say because I've been in RA for 3 years. So there's some things that I have to keep a secret.
Right.
Because I get told like all this stuff.
And no names. No names.
No names. But my freshman, I think it was my freshman year, sophomore year, one of the two. There was like a fight club happening. A fight club that happened in one of the dorms, and it became like a big thing. And that was like a semester like issue that they like addressed multiple times. But it has not happened since, and I'm glad. But because I don't want to deal with that.
That's crazy that you say that, because obviously at Wittenberg, I didn't go there freshman year, but there was a fight club there as well that some of my friends from Wittenberg have told me about, and they got in massive trouble. So I don't know. I don't understand. Has there been any fight clubs this year? Or
not that I know of.
Not that I know of. But even if I did, I couldn't say. But
yeah, some crazy things have happened. My roommate moved in, and like our first day here, we're just chilling. We're just talking in dorm, and it's camp week, so there's no class. Everyone's getting to know each other. Hear a loud boom on the outside of right on the outside of my door. Like someone hit the door. And so we open it. Dude drops right in front of us. Cut his head open. He was just drunk. And
oh my god,
he was like, he wakes up. His face is bleeding. He's like, "Nah, I'm good." And I was like, "We were like, dude, we gotta tell someone." He goes, "Nah." He just walks away. And then also about I don't even know if this was like a month ago. So the floor above me, so 2 floors above me, the 3rd floor, they just don't behave. And they took this kid's stuff in the shower because I guess he was saying some stuff and like messing around with some of the people on the floor. So they waited for him to go in the shower, took all of his stuff. So he had to run back to his room, and they laughed at it. It was just some crazy stuff goes on in the dorm.
I wish I had some dorm stories, but my freshman year at Finley, it was during COVID. So everybody was away from each other. I felt like prison almost. Sometimes you could order food to have it like delivered outside of your door. So like some people were never leaving their dorm rooms. Were never even going outside to like breathe fresh air or anything. So, and then at Wittenberg, my sophomore year, there was definitely some crazy times. I lived in Tower Hall, which is like 11 floors.
Oh, I do know which one that is.
I was on the 6th floor, so I'm right in the middle. One of the craziest things ever was I remember I got in the elevator and I went down and I left. I come back. There's a sign on the elevator, and I still have a video on Snap of it that says "Do not ride, may crash," and it has the door open. And I'm like, "What the?" So I press the other one, and I shit you not, it goes boom, and the one that said it's gonna crash literally fell to the bottom floor. Thank the Lord nobody was in there, but I really don't have any crazy stories myself. I mean, Wittenberg was a time, and Tower Hall really isn't too much of a party dorm just because of how small it is. But yeah, that what I've heard is from here is people shitting in the showers,
Yeah.
doing other things in the showers that shouldn't be done.
It's all the one dorm. Too.
It's usually the freshman dorms. Like I don't know how, but it always is.
Oh man. So Trenton, with you being a senior, what are you studying? What is the goal in life once you leave here? What do you want to get into?
So originally coming to college, my plan was to be a PT. And then quickly I realized that I'm not good at chemistry and how much chemistry it required me to do.
That's
so
valid.
I quickly bailed out of that. Basically, like my first year, I was like, no, I'm good. But after that, I switched to OT. So still majoring in exercise science. But with that, I actually have done internships and gotten the opportunity to like actually work in the field. And OT is actually such a good time. So I'm actually very excited to do that. But post graduation here in this upcoming like 10 months or whatever, I'm planning to get my doctorate somewhere. So a lot of schools offer like an accelerated doctorates in occupational therapy, and I can get it done in 2.5 years and not have to do a master's. So for me, that was appealing to me because if I wanted to do like masters and doctorates, it's 2 and 2, or I can just do doctorates in 2.5 years and just have like no breaks. So that's kind of my plan right now. I don't know where. I'm kind of right now working through the application process. It's taking me a lot more time than I would like to admit. Because a lot of those grad schools, like one of my schools is asking me to do like 7 essays right now. And I'm like for one school, 7 essays. Whew. Like that's some crazy work that you got me doing right now.
How bad you want it. Yeah.
But yes. And then I'm also learning a whole bunch of other things that is making my decision a little bit harder, but also, I guess I'm fortunate to have those kind of problems in my life. So
100%.
So that's kind of my plan right now.
What about you, James? I know you still have all the time in the world, and it's gonna fly by. That's the thing about it. You feel like you have forever, but you blink an eye, and it's over.
Yeah.
What do you?
So in high school, I wanted to go to college for a little bit to be a therapist. But then I stopped even wanting to go to college. I just wanted to be blue collar. I just wanted to lay stone.
Let's go.
I wanted to lay stone the rest of my life and cut stone. And but I came to college I'm in sports management. And really what I want to do now is get into so my minor is coaching.
Okay.
So I want to coach. I could either be an athletic director and coach, but I want to start. So with facilities and stuff, I want to make like my own kind of facility and stuff and bring kids together. There's a lot of kids in their younger life do not have positive role models.
It's true.
And when kids grow up with no positive role models and they're around bad influences their whole life and bring no positive energy to the table at all, they stats really show that they go to jail, they get in legal trouble, they end up dead. And that's I want to change that for the younger community. I want to be a positive role model in people's lives, and I want to give people the opportunity to unlock their full potential, like younger students. And I want to help the youth, unlock the potential and see how great they can be, and realize that life isn't for them, and that there's always going to be a better way than getting into legal trouble or doing something stupid. And I struggled, in my early life. Sometimes I had a lot going on with my family, so finding that positive role model for me was like my grandfather was a super positive role model on me, hard worker, and he helped me a lot through my life, and he kept me out of trouble. And so that's what I want to do for the youth. Is I want to keep kids out of trouble and show them how great that they can be. That's what I want to do.
That's massive. I feel like there's not enough people like you in the world today, especially with you as well, Trenton, like occupational therapy, everything like that. I, when I was younger, I had to go through some things like that as well and sit down with some therapists. But I feel like both you guys have a lot of, your potential is crazy. And I feel like cross country, not even that, but running installed that into you guys. Maybe you guys might not feel the same exact way about that, but I feel like the discipline that you learn, whenever you go on a run, I feel like a lot of people don't understand the headspace that you go into that. And I hate running, but I love it. And the fact that once you get 2 or 3 miles into a long run or anything like that, your mind, it shifts, it changes. I went through a lot post grad. I was working in a sales job, had my own apartment. I wanted to be a coach, but I was coaching high school, working sales. I had a girlfriend. Everything was like not ideal, I would say. I had to definitely wake up, and out of nowhere, I spontaneously signed up for a 12-hour endurance run. And I ended up running 40 miles in the 12 hours, and I didn't walk for like 3 days. Definitely did not do enough training for that. I was not as knowledgeable as I am now about, the training, especially when it comes to the endurance side of things. But I swear I lived 5 years in that 12 hours. How it leveled up my mindset, cleared my mind, and, made me realize, like, what am I doing? Like, there's more to life. There's more, than just the 9 to 5 every single day. Like, I just felt like I was worth so much more than that. And maybe running, got you guys to think like that. Maybe not. But like, what is something in your life that really, like hit you in the face and was like, okay, I got to wake up. Like it's time to go. It's time to grind.
I would say about my senior year of high school. Even actually, I would say actually recently, really pretty recent. I've had a lot of events, but recently, I dealt with a lot. I had a lot going on, and one day I was just super upset, and there was just a point in my life. I looked in the mirror. I went to the bathroom, and I was just super upset over this whole situation. I looked myself in the mirror and I said, "This isn't the man who I need to be." And and I think also I got a lot closer with God, and I realized that what I was doing was I was struggling in my relationship with God, and I was just feeling so lost. So I started going to church more. I go with Trenton, and I go to Bible studies, and I think my relationship with God and Jesus has honestly helped me in ways that like no one else can ever do. And so that was a huge part of my life recently that changed. And I realized like even being around you, so coming in to this year, you always having like a positive energy, always, you need, like, I'm hungry for this. Like I need it. You need to change your, like, it's not at the point where you're like, I know we had a conversation once, and you're like, it's not about you wanting to be successful. You need to be successful. And that line right there changed my mindset. And so every day I wake up, I thank God for the opportunity to be here. I'm blessed to be here in the things in my life, and I'm hungry every day for it. I want it. And like you said, I need to be successful, so that motivates me, is needing to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps a lot.
Yeah. No, that's a big one for me as well. But if I had to give one time in my life where it kind of hit me, was going from middle school to high school. I always loved running. I started when I was in like 4th grade, I think it was, as a run club, and then middle school going cross country, and then doing track in the middle, and then eventually getting to where I am now. But when I was in 8th grade and earlier than that, I was a very just like basically what I like to call a hobby jogger. I was just showing up for like practices, and then if I wasn't at practices, I I was sitting there playing video games. Like that was my life. If I wasn't at school or playing video games, I was probably sleeping. And then I only showed up for practices. That was about it. Um, but there was a big switch, and I remember I moved to Ohio for the first time, and my mom was talking to me, and she's like, high school is no joke. Like, if you want to be good, like, you're gonna have to try to put in the work. And like, I after that first week of practice, I realized like I'm one of the slower people, and I was like, this is gonna be like a lot more like work than I wanted to be, and I think that kind of motivated me a lot, was looking at where I was then and being like, I don't want to be the last place guy. I don't want to be known as the guy that finishes last on the team. So that was a big moment for me. And like at that point, I was a little overweight. I would say I weighed about the same amount as I did in 8th grade as I do now,
which is crazy.
So
Which is crazy.
if that puts you a little perspective wise, I'm about like 140, so I was about 140 then, and I was 6 inches shorter. So
Yeah.
I wasn't like crazy overweight, but I definitely wasn't like wasn't doing well. I mean, maybe it wasn't 40, maybe it was like 130, but still it was like pretty close to what I am now, and I have a lot more muscle on me now. So I would say that was something that really made me be like, yeah, I need to start changing some things.
And I feel like most people don't have that moment, or they haven't experienced that moment yet. And like James said, I used to want all the time. Everybody always says, I want to be great. I want to be a champion. I want to be a captain, a leader. I want to be a millionaire, whatever it is. I want to take care of my family. Wanting is great, but you have to need that shit. That's especially in, I would say, today's society. Everybody, wants, and they expect to put in minimal effort and get everything, instead of I need this shit. If I don't have it, there's a problem. Like, winning is the only way. And I feel like, you two, especially with your mindsets and the amount of energy that you guys bring is awesome. And I can't wait to see what you guys do post your running career, and hopefully you guys still run once you graduate college. I know, James, you still got a minute, but like Trenton, for example,
I'm trying to get into the marathons as soon as I can.
Tell me a little bit about the move in this year, because you guys traveled across the country from California all the way to Ohio, making stops, running different places. Like that's awesome. How was that experience like?
So I'm a big advocate on like spontaneous adventures, but I mean, this one couldn't be really that spontaneous. But about a year ago, my family moved to California, so this is my first time, I guess, going home. Before that, I was only home for a total of 3 weeks ever in that whole year span.
Which is
so
crazy.
Like it was like 2 weeks during winter break, and then 1 week for Thanksgiving break that last school year. So this was my first full time. So I drove my car, and 2 of teammates that are still on the team this year, but we decided to just, I was like, you guys want to tag along and make this a little fun thing,
road trip.
Yeah, what's up. And we just made it a good thing. We I kind of have this side quest of mine in my life to like do a mile in every state. So like we made sure to stop in every state, even for them. Like if I've already ran in that state, they wanted to do it. So I was like, why not? Like, it's our off week, so like, we can get away with like 5 miles, like, it's whatever. Like, but it was a good time, and it's opened my eyes to a lot of like things, just like what I'm grateful for and like what I have opportunity wise. Because going into that trip, like the reason I invited the 2 people I did, which was Austin and Joe, was because they've never had like the opportunity to like travel as much as I have. Like Joe said he hasn't really, like, besides that trip, he's only been to Ohio, like Michigan, Pennsylvania, Indiana, and like Kentucky or something like that, basically.
Yeah, just
like basically it was like those states, like the surrounding states. Yeah. And I was like, well, you want to go to the West Coast? Like, this is your time. My mom will pay for your flight. Like, all you have to do is pay for like the food and whatever we do on the way there. And then, we'll take it from there. And like, I don't know, it was just a good vibes. And I think that made me closer to my teammates too. Like, I was already very close to those 2, but like when you spend a week and a half with each other,
oh yeah,
I mean, the drive was only like, it's only actually like 32 hours, but we made it 4. I mean, only, but I'm saying like we took 4.5 days to get there because we stopped at like national parks and like stopped at like all the Route 66 things and obviously ran. So, but it gave us time to like we just yapped to each other, like we just straight sat in the car, we were yapping about things, doing stupid things, having a good time.
Just guys being dudes.
Yeah, like, and it was a good time. So I think if anybody ever has an opportunity to like go out and just do an adventure, even if you're kind of low on money, like take that opportunity. It's so hard to be like, oh yeah, just risk it all. But like, I feel like for myself personally, memories will last way greater than any money will, any item will. Like, those things you last forever. Like, you don't have to carry those with you. Like, those just stay with you forever. So if you have the opportunity, do it. But that was, I don't know.
Yeah.
It gave me the time to.
Me and my friends, we worked the same job, and we were like, about a week before the 4th of July, we were all sitting in a room, and I was like, what do you guys want to do for the 4th of July? They're like, I don't know, just chill at the house. I was like, let's go to Myrtle Beach. And they were like, let's put some money together. We bought an Airbnb, and we drove there by ourselves, friends, first vacation together. And honestly, being with your friends, you're gonna argue. I mean, we argued for a bit. But honestly, it was peak life, man. It was peak life. 4th of July on the beach, down, no parents, just us being stupid kids, doing stupid things. And it was honestly so fun. I love that time.
Yeah. Let's see. We're running kind of short on time because I know you got to be somewhere, James. But let's finish with this. So, top 5 music artists that you jam to, either on the run or we're chilling at the crib, just kicking it with the guys. Like, let's top 5, because I think I got my. I think I got my top 5 for sure.
Dude, I listen to a lot of music.
I listen to a lot of music
top
too,
5 all time.
I would say all time. So like even like from like the 6th grade, I listened to Juice WRLD. I'm not gonna lie. I listened to
6th grade is crazy.
Like, from like
I'm so old, man.
From like the 6th,
and that makes you feel old. I mean, I'm basically just as old as you. So I mean,
like some of his songs, like I do enjoy. I listen to a lot of Kendrick Lamar's old music. I would say like some of his low, like ADHD is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Good Kid, Mad City. Is that the?
Yeah, ADHD is a good song, and I think The Art of Peer Pressure, that song is really one of my favorite songs ever. And I listen to Travis Scott. I would say I listen to a lot of Travis Scott. I listen to the Kid Roy.
Kid Leroy.
Yeah, I listen to him a good amount. But I listen to a lot of music. So I listen to Drake too. I gotta throw Drake. I gotta throw Drake in there.
That's the GOAT.
I do listen to a lot of Drake too, but I listen to so much of variety of music. I can't honestly just pick 5 artists. I listen to so much music. My playlist is like 12 hours long with a ton of different artists.
Mine's looking the same. So I mean,
I listen to a lot of music sometimes on runs. You just like you want to run to a wall. Like you want to get hyped. So I put some like heavy metal on,
like some Korn or something.
I'm not about that.
I'll play some Deftones in my headphones. Like I'm ready. Like,
he's getting after
some
it.
Heartbreak. I'm ready, and I'm ready to eat. It's my time. So
I used to be a massive Lil Peep fan in high school. If you guys know who Lil Peep is, I used to jam Lil Peep.
It's giving the same vibes as Lil Dicky out here.
Hey, today is Drake's birthday too. Hey, Drizzy, if you're tuned in, happy birthday. I don't know how old he is. Like gotta be late
40, man.
Late
somewhere around 40.
Late 40.
It might be 30s.
I'm about to see. We're about to see how old is Drake? He's turning 39. So he's pushing 40. And y'all say I'm pushing 30, which is crazy.
We?
Andrew
Who's
Bay.
we? Because if I say that to you, I'm saying the same thing about myself. So I can't be saying that. Shit. Okay, but given mine, I would have to say, well, it's changed a lot over my life, a lot, because I have a playlist of a lot of things, but I would have to say, recently, Polo G.
Okay.
Polo G, massive one. I love a good Lil Uzi. Like growing up, I liked Lil Uzi.
You can never go wrong.
Love
with
his
Uzi.
rage.
Yeah.
You never go wrong with Uzi.
Trippie Redd would be one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got time.
I think I would have to say Drake just because it's like a classic. Like if you don't say Drake and like somewhere in your top like at least 10 or 20, and you listen to rap, like, you're lying, bro.
Yeah. Even with the whole Kendrick Drake beef, man, Drake's no matter.
Yeah, but it made that like I made it more iconic. I feel like I don't know.
And I feel like with that beef, to touch on that a little bit, people want to pick sides, but they don't realize both of them guys won. The amount of streams that both of them guys got, even if you were like, I hate Drake. So you're telling me you don't listen, you've never heard like God's Plan or what headlines, Marvin's Room. Yeah,
forever.
Like, come on, man. Like you're telling me, I don't know. I feel like both of those guys won the beef because a lot of people, especially when that was the main topic trending everywhere. Oh, are you Drake or Kendrick? And people were actually getting upset about it. I'm like, both of them.
Dude,
are
people from
winning.
Cali would throw hands over.
They were
crazy.
getting free advertisement by people talking about it.
Literally trending everywhere. It's like
the Super Bowl. They know what they were doing. With the Super Bowl.
They knew what they were doing.
100%.
And then my last one. This is random, but Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
I've been a big Morgan Wallen fan.
Okay, little country.
I don't listen to country at all.
Dude, I've been loving country recently, like high key. So I have to throw that in there.
I can listen to country, but I feel like it's a time and a place. If I'm like on a pontoon on the lake, I'm like, oh yeah, cowboy hat me up. Like give me a Bud Light. Like let's jam to some freaking, you know what I mean? Morgan Wallen, like whatever it is. But if I'm in the car and it's a night drive, there's no way I'm turning on some Kenny Chesney.
Yeah, but think about like a road trip though. Like when I was road tripping, we listened to a lot of country because if you're driving down a highway road and you're like listening to country though, it kind of like it hits for a little bit.
Big cities, Ashton, the song Ashton Martin.
Oh yes,
that's a good song though. That's a good song.
Big city driving. Man,
I
think country, since being at a young age, like my parents, like my mom listened to a lot of country, but man, working blue collar this summer, I just wanted to stay away from it, man. Because I worked with dudes this one dude, Bart, man, he just like no hate to Bart at all. But
shout out Bart.
He would come in, cigarette in his mouth, boots, man. He'd like straight country, dude.
My collar's blue, my neck is red.
He'd call us sissy boys.
Oh
my gosh. When he found out I was going to college, man, he was like, "You're not about this life, boy."
Oh my gosh. Okay, top 5. Drake's one. I feel like no one can touch Drake. Gunna. I love Gunna. I feel like his flow, most songs sound like each other, I'm not going to lie, but like his flow is majestic. I would go Brent Faiyaz, but I got to be in the mood. I actually was just listening to a Gunna song. That's funny. I would say, what is that, 3?
Yeah.
I gotta throw in J. Cole.
Oh,
yeah.
J. Cole is like classic after classic, story time rapper. Like, gotta love some J. Cole.
He's like on the same as like Travis Scott. I feel like on the same like level. I feel like.
And then I'm gonna.
That's pretty debatable.
No, I feel like he is.
What'd you say?
I said I feel like J. Cole is on the same level as like Travis Scott.
That's
like
debatable.
They're both like class. No, I'm saying like I'm not saying good. I'm saying like just the way they present themselves when they sing, like that way. True.
Like shout out, sorry to all the people at Astro World. That was
terrible.
A tragedy, but like to have the fans react like that to your music is nuts.
Call them ragers. If they can get past security, they stay on the stage. That's nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then at the 5 spot, hot take here, Wiz Khalifa. I grew up.
Yeah, I have to give it to you.
I grew up jamming Wiz Khalifa.
His song "Promises."
Oh my gosh,
that hits. Late night.
Houses in the hills.
You and your friends. Those hit.
Oh, I forget the album name, which was so bad because literally when I hear, let me look.
I suck at the one. So don't ask me.
The one with when he has the green face in the smoke.
Oh. Black and Yellow.
Rolling Papers.
I think Black and Yellow is on that album. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, yep.
I remember when
Yeah.
it dropped. That was like massive.
When I listen to that
That was
song,
like-
dude, it takes me back to.
That was like early 2000s, wasn't
Dude.
it?
I think of it. Let's see.
No, was it? Wait, am I thinking of the same one or am I thinking of a different one? Which
It
one? am I
was
thinking?
2011.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Wait, hold
For
on.
some reason, this isn't loading.
Oh no, I'm thinking of a different one. I'm thinking of the other one. Okay.
But like,
okay.
dude, I listen to that and it takes me back to like hanging out with my cousins at my Aunt Patty's
Yes,
house and
yes.
like
Oh, yeah.
just chilling, dude. Like,
Tossing the football.
oh my gosh,
Watching dads turn into Tom Brady.
facts, dude. Freaking blacktop 5-on-5s, like
Yeah.
NBA 2K, freaking 12, 13.
I think growing up, my number one artist growing up is just like, so we used to go to this park around my area a lot. Like it was like, so it used to be known for just drug dealers. It was bad, but man, we go there to play basketball. Even as young kids, everyone would want to be on the court and just Uzi blasted all the time,
Oh, yeah.
straight Uzi. And if you go to my city, I'm sure 99% of people will say Uzi is their favorite artist. I mean, everyone blasts Uzi, and I think Uzi, Flow State Uzi, is a top
Oh, yeah.
artist all the time.
Oh
When
my
he gets
gosh.
into flow state, he goes crazy.
What's Grab the Wheel by
Oh, yeah.
Uzi? That's a banger. Oh my gosh, that's a
No, the one I think of when I think of Uzi is Myron. Like
oh my
I-
gosh.
dude, that's just like when that comes on, dude. I just
Do What I Want is always a classic, bro. Like when you're up in life, you put on Do What I Want. When you turn up in life, you put on Do What I Want.
Oh my gosh, like honorable mention Mac Miller. Mac like
yes.
old Mac. I don't know about the
I do have
the
to say
new
old
album.
Mac, though,
Old
yeah.
Mac is before, he went downhill with whatever he got whatever he was going on with him, but
Yeah,
like
whatever
his
you got thought in, yeah.
his old stuff. But like yeah, like Lil Yachty's good. Freaking
I heard that
There's
name
so
in a
many-
minute.
so
Playboy
many
Cardi.
songs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I forgot about Cardi. dude.
Ultimate Rager.
Playboy Cardi, when I graduated, Long Time was the first song I played. I'm not even lying. I'm not even kidding. That was the first song I played in my cap and gown. I feel like that's right though. Like
Yeah.
you have to play it.
Well, another graduation classic, literally from the album Graduation, Kanye West.
Yes.
Like, come
Yeah.
on,
Oh, dude, Kanye's got to be
Kanye.
top 5.
But like that is so controversial.
There's so many good
today,
artists
'cause,
though. Like,
Yeah, I forgot about Kanye. I listen to Kanye all the time. Difference between Kanye and Ye though.
That-
Huge
big-
difference. Huge difference between Ye and Kanye.
I have to agree.
I mean, man, like old Chris Brown. Oh my
Dude,
god.
that makes you feel light skinned. You can't even lie.
I don't know if that's
You be-
my top 5.
You be looking in the
Not
mirror,
top 5,
like
but-
no guidance, bro.
Oh yeah.
You be looking in the mirror and you just
A little
like,
bit different, bro. You be
Yeah.
liking what you see.
Yeah.
over
You
there.
be thinking about putting earrings in and stuff, bro.
You get out of the shower, you're staring at yourself, you're like,
You start licking your teeth. And like,
Like,
you just start imagining yourself
Yeah.
with shotties on.
It's
you,
like,
bro.
man, that DM's looking a little bit better right now.
Yeah.
It's like I'm still not going to slide, but if I would, it would have been.
it would be right now.
Oh my
Commercial
gosh.
for the
Future. I mean, Future's got bangers.
Future's good.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Rod Wave when you're in the fields.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge Broadway fan. I'm
Well,
not
there
gonna
is
lie.
one song that
I'm not gonna lie.
Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, that song is a banger by him. I can't lie.
I mean, 21 Savage. Like he might not be top 5, but
He's up there.
oh my gosh, like French Montana is the future, or not the feature king. You know what I mean? Like name one French Montana song that's by himself.
Yeah.
But like
Actually,
his
if you think
features
about
are
it.
so good, bro. His
I don't know
features.
any other.
I'm trying to think of who's like a really good feature all the time.
I mean, Savage never misses.
I was gonna say
21.
Savage.
Hey,
He's a
rappers
priest.
on like pop songs, like Polo G on the Better Now song.
Oh yeah.
They go crazy on those
Yeah.
songs.
I mean, if you throw it back, like I listened to Biggie growing up a lot. Usher, Jay-Z,
Oh. I used to listen to so much Usher.
freaking Nelly,
Oh,
50
Nelly.
Cent, 50 Cent, bro.
Neo.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Neo hits different. I still listen to Neo. Mario.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Mario.
Art. That type of love music, man. It hits. It's for real. It hits.
They don't make it like that no more. You got
Nah,
mumble rap now.
That's that old stuff that you tell your kids about.
No doubt.
dude, makes me feel like I'm just in the car. I just want to like absolutely be someone's man sometimes.
I don't. All right.
No, I'm not kidding. Like some of the music, bro, it hits. It really hits.
I don't know how we forgot literally about two of the GOATs of rap. You know, this is probably 1A, 1B of all time. Like Lil Wayne.
Oh,
I was gonna say that, but he has some songs I'm like,
Yeah, his old stuff, like when he was coming up, and then Eminem. I mean,
Yeah.
Eminem don't hit as hard nowadays, but
He
like,
used
dude,
to. Dude,
in like middle
Oh
school,
my
like
gosh.
dude, that was the
Lose Yourself, bro.
middle school,
Yeah.
high school.
That had me. I was freaking 6 years
Itching,
old. Like,
man.
man, I need to do push-ups or something.
watching 8 Mile Man motivates you. It makes you want to change your life.
That's real.
Dude, me and my dad used to listen. My dad was a huge Eminem fan. I mean, he slides for Eminem no matter what. When he had that beef, listen, I rock with MGK. Like I listen to some MGK, but like Eminem, man. When me and my dad were listening, he's like, man, Eminem put MGK to sleep, man. He just killed his career. Like my dad slides for Eminem. I mean, my dad will like. Life on the line, he's sliding for Eminem.
Which
That's
is
who I grew
real.
up listening to.
Like, if you ask, I feel like any old head, like, who's the go to rap? They're gonna say Eminem.
Oh yeah,
It's like he was the white boy that made it out the hood.
Yeah.
That like everybody was like, dude, who is this guy? And then just came into the game and killed it.
I feel like he like started like the true rap. Like if you say anybody else, like I'd be like,
well, if you listen to his old songs, man, some of the stuff he says would not slide into today's society. He says some crazy stuff in some of his old songs.
Very true.
And it's honestly like it's crazy what he says in his old songs. Like
If you go his like first ever album, there's a song called like FACK, like FACK. I don't know if you guys know that song.
oh yeah,
I've heard
If
it.
he were to sing that nowadays, bro,
there's this one thing he talked. I'm pretty sure it's off really one of the same albums. The Way I Am.
yeah,
That song, man.
Oh
He
my
performed that today. He just
If he canceled instantly,
Yeah,
bro.
he really like he does not care.
I mean, even he created the word stan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whenever it comes to like the obsessive fan, like that song is a classic as well.
Man, I might throw some Eminem in.
I might get my car.
When I get my car in a little bit, I might throw some Eminem on, man.
When Braun retires, bro, I'm throwing on Eminem and lighting the grill up.
Oh, we lighten the grill.
Dude, we're putting something on the
After the
grill.
whole NBA gambling thing going on.
Hopefully, Braun don't get attached to that at all.
That-
Wouldn't that be a way to go out though?
That does affect his legacy, though.
Oh shoot, batteries burning.
Yeah, no, I thought I'd tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, we have only a few minutes left anyway.
But yeah.
So.
Is there anything else speed run you guys want to touch on before we get out of here?
Doesn't really matter. Just for all the young bucks out there, man, keep your heads up. Anyone, keep your head up. It always gets better. Seek God. Let God guide your life.
You see the sweatshirt,
Find,
man.
find God. Let God take over your life and let Him guide it. And when you think you have no one, you always have God. You're always blessed to wake up every day, and you're loved. You're loved by many people, and so I live by that. Every day is a blessing. So, just wait. Life does get better for everyone that's going through stuff. So that's all I gotta say.
All right. And if I had to say anything, I would say if you ever truly want anything, you'll work for it as much as you can. And like for an example, I was not a good 5K runner in high school, and here I am crushing those minutes by a long shot. So if you ever want anything, you're gonna work as hard as you can for it. And so I think that's all I got for you.
And then the usual for me, man, make somebody smile today. Try to, be the best version of yourself whenever you wake up every single day. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something, because the people that tell you can't, ultimately, screw them. You can literally do whatever you put your mind to. And yeah, thank you guys for taking the time today.
Thank you for
Fresh
having us.
out of the work